Morning, how you doing, bro? Growfall, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. How you guys doing? Oh, so how you doing, bro? Hey, I can't complain. Life's good, man. How are you? I'm just changing batteries here. I'm ready. Well, good year. Nice, Growfall. Nice. Doing all right. Got about an hour left at work. Oh, shit. Wait, what? What time do you finish work, morning? That's a bit early, no? I'm just back. I pretend I'm not even back. I don't know. I was bored. I don't know what to do, so I thought, fuck it, I'll stream. I'll just hang out with you guys. You keep me company. Better than me keeping myself company. I have nothing to do, bro. I have nothing to do. So your Dragon Age video just went live? Yeah. Yeah. I think that one's gonna get a lot of negative publicity. I think that one's gonna get me in trouble. What's this? Now I have to watch it. Yeah, be ready because it really is gonna be. It's a spicy one. Nick, no way. John is leaving? Why? Or does it not say? He put a Twitter post up? Oh, fuck. Skringle Bingle, how you doing, bro? Love your name. Holy shit, what a name. I really like that. Is such a fun name to say. Well done, Skringle Bingle. Well done. Yeah, oh, wow, Dave quit. I just hear an asthma stream. Can I see that? Hey, fuck me. Let me quickly check this out. Do I even follow this fucker? I don't think I follow him, or maybe I'm blocked. I would not be surprised if I'm blocked. How do you spell this man's name? Wait, I have that correct. Why is he not showing? Can someone give me a link to his bloody post? Thank you. All right, let's see this. John Hight. After 12 incredible years of Blizzard, I've decided to step away and start a new quest. It was a tough decision, but I feel like now is as good a time as any. Warcraft is in an amazing position as the universe turns 30. I've been so honored to serve all the heroes of Azeroth. You are the most passionate, dedicated, and creative community in gaming. You are why I've poured my heart and soul into creating the best games possible. You've inspired me, challenged me, and made me a stronger developer. I also want to share my immense gratitude and confidence in the teams and leaders supporting all the games across the Warcraft universe. I know you'll take WoW, Hearthstone, and Rumble to new heights. And I can't wait to experience your vision alongside other players. As for what's next in my journey, I don't have any specifics to share quite yet, but I am excited to explore new opportunities and challenges in the industry and to continue making great games with talented people. Thank you again for making these years so unforgettable, and I'll still see you in Azeroth now as purely a player. You see, the problem with these things are usually not in what they say, because this will be, like, listen here, guys. Every single one of the developers that work for Blizzard are extremely well media trained. They know what they are allowed to say and what they aren't allowed to say. The problem that I usually have with this is why. In the most recent interviews, John Hight has been there. He's been talking about, you know, what's to come, how excited he is for the war within, and now we hear he's leaving. Why? What could possibly have sparked this decision? Because I'm sorry, but why would you leave Blizzard on the eve of big new thing? You know, and this is a big new thing. Like, look, I get it. A lot of the time you're working at a company for 12 years, you're a little bit tired, you're a little bit burnt out, you don't really give a shit anymore, you just want to take a break for a bit, you know? I mean, but in this case, you can't really say that that's what happened, because World of Warcraft is literally changing direction completely from where it used to be, you know? So you should be getting a brand new challenge, brand new company. I mean, you've just stepped into Microsoft, which is going to bring with it a lot of new challenges. Unless this is either one, not entirely his decision. So he sort of decided that there's a lot of pressure from Microsoft to get rid of even more people. And he kind of argued, well, that's probably me at this point. Or he does not believe that World of Warcraft is in good hands. That's, of course, the more scary option here. Mike, how you doing, bro? Like 15 minutes ago? Well, this is an hour ago from John Hight. I don't know if... It worries me a little, you know? Oh, Titan Havoc. You motherfucker with the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate you, bro. Wow, bless your heart. Really appreciate that. That warmed my balls. I appreciate them. And welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How you doing, Titan? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been an age since I've seen you guys last. Like, almost a whole 3 hours. I don't know. It just... I don't know. It worries me when I see things like this. Not gonna lie. It kind of worries me. I don't feel... I'm not worried. Reason is literally anything. Have nothing to really speculate on. Yeah, but what's problematic is the timing. There's enough to speculate on due to timing. And I'm not suggesting that anything I'm about to say here, or that anything that I have said here, is the truth, but the timing is still suspect. I just feel like you don't leave a position that you're happy in, and a position that you've been in and you're established in, so close to the, you know, the big moment where you're going to see the culmination of many, many years of hard work and sweat and blood and tears. You don't leave then, you know? If he left at the end of Shadowlands, or if he left during the middle of Dragonflight, I could understand this. But to leave now? Now, it could be something as real silly. Charlotte, how you doing? As what I've told you guys before, talking to developer friends of mine who do work in the industry, who have left AAA studios to go work at indie studios, all of them have the exact same reason for leaving and going to smaller studios. You have more freedom. You can be a lot more creative at smaller studios than what you can be at these large AAA studios. They don't allow for creativity, not really. They have a specific formula, and that formula works, and they just keep pushing with that formula. So it could just be that, but then again, the War Within seems to be very creative. I don't know. It's a little weird, but again, you know, it is what it is. You'll be missed, John. And it's not that big of a deal with John gone, just to be clear. He's the executive producer, so he's basically the money guy. They'll get another money guy, but that's technically not going to break the bank. Yeah, the timing is a little bit awkward, but I mean, it is what it is. If it was Ian leaving, that'd be huge. Not necessarily, because fundamentally it would depend on... When it comes to Ian leaving, to be fair, This is gonna sound really bad, but it feels like Ian is the kind of guy that he seems very happy in the corporate environment, you know? Like if Blizzard when Bobby Kotick wanted him to just focus on the money, Ian was happy to do that. And now that Microsoft wants him to focus on fun, he's very happy to do that. Ian strikes me as a very dutiful person. If you look at his personality, the way he presents himself, he strikes me as very dutiful. So he has a job and he's going to do that job. And it doesn't fucking matter if that job is making a fun game or making as much money as possible. A job's a job and he's happy to have it. That's Ian. So I don't see Ian as the kind of guy that's going to leave, you know? I thought you said beautiful at first. Wait, you thought I called Ian beautiful? I want to go that far. But yeah, I would definitely, that would be a little, I think that would be me lying. Mobility, how you doing, bro? A job's a job, mate. Yeah, to some extent, but I feel like some jobs are more jobs than other jobs. You know, I think a job is a job in normal business, in normal companies, in normal corporations, in sort of corporate America, corporate world. Yes, a job is a job. It doesn't really matter. But I feel like, so for example, as a YouTuber, which I would consider to be very similar to game design insofar as it's a creative space, a job isn't just a job. You know, if you're a YouTuber, a video isn't just a video. You either make videos because you love it and you love the topics that you discuss, or you hate your life, and that usually comes through. People can usually realize that, whoa, this guy he appears to be making videos just because he can, you know, or because he must. And viewers sort of notice that. Viewers want to see people that have fun. Patlin, how you doing? Imagine if Blizzard announced that Bobby Kotick is the new fucking executive producer for WoW. Now that would be cause for concern. That would be cause for concern. That would be the moment that I publicly announce World of Warcraft is dead. Go God, how you doing? It's dead. It's dead. It's fucking deceased. Let it die. We don't need this anymore. Alright, boys. See you in fucking Final Fantasy. Because, yeah, that would be a nightmare. Not to be undone. That actually made me a little afraid. Like, I actually almost, like, I've never had a panic attack in my life, but whatever I'm feeling now might as well be a panic attack. May we never. May we never. Oh shit, go-kart, 24 months part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You see, I just learned that apparently I'm not allowed to react to videos because YouTube makes the screen black. Like, how shitty is that? Mobility, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'm very happy to have you here. Very happy. Thank you so much for popping into the live stream. Although this is nighttime live streams, they're not nearly as animated as daytime live streams because I just got back from the gym. I'm tired. I'm just hanging out with you guys because I'm bored and I don't know what else to do. So you guys are my entertainment. You think you come to the stream to be entertained. You are wrong. You are here to entertain me. Let's not get this mixed up. During the day, I entertain you. At night, it's opposite day. It's 4:20. It's a daytime stream. No, fucking isn't. It is 20 past 10 in the evening time. Fuck it. You know what? If you are watching on YouTube, I sincerely apologize, but I need to watch this. Now, I will say this, everything that I have seen about Star Wars has been cringe as shit. Everything about the Acolyte has been cringe as crap. But like I've read a couple of things as well, and I've watched a couple of interviews, and it's just absolutely no. I will never be watching this. But let's see, The Critical Drinker, The Acolyte Episode 3. I'm done, and so is Star Wars. Let's go.
Power of one.
Yes, yes.
The power of two. The power of many.
Yes, yes.
Episode 3 of The Acolyte was, without a doubt, one of the most devastatingly embarrassing spectacles I think I've ever witnessed on TV. 40 solid minutes of relentless, unadulterated, unapologetic, unaware cringe, distilled down to its purest and most toxic form. A show made by people who seem to despise not just Star Wars, but the very concept of filmmaking and storytelling in general. It's quite literally anti-entertainment made by anti-geniuses, and I do believe it may have broken what's left of the Star Wars fandom forever. Anyway, there's an extra large bottle of toilet duck with my name on it, so let's get this over with as quickly as possible. The episode begins 16 years before the main events of the show.
How I knew that this was a fucking giant cock-up was, in an interview, they admitted that one of the writers on the show has never seen a single Star Wars movie or show, ever. And they're one of the lead writers on the show. And it's just like, what? Surely the writers of a show, you know, most of the time when people write things, they write things that they want to write. I don't know if you guys know how authoring works, but when you write something, it's because you want to write it. Like Shakespeare, for example, he wrote his plays because he really wanted to. He didn't sit there crying his little fucking eyes out while writing Hamlet, thinking, I fucking hate talking like this, and I hate Hamlet, fuck him, let him die in a fire. Like that, that's not what he did, right? He liked writing Hamlet. That's why it's such a good play. It's shit to act in, but it's a good play. That's how writing is supposed to work. So when you have a bunch of shows, or a bunch of writers writing a show that has never even seen the movie, they don't know anything about the franchise, that is just not good news. I made a video on it if you want to check my sources. I have made a video on it and I have shown my sources in that.
On the peaceful planet of whatever stupid name the writers concocted this time. And we get to see strong female character and strong female antagonist when they were still little kids. I know this because of the subtle visual cues, like them still having the exact same hairstyle they'll have 16 years later. Because as we all know, everyone chooses to stay exactly the same forever. Anyway, strong female character and strong female antagonist live with their two mums in a coven of communist lesbian space witches that have chosen to isolate themselves from the rest of the Republic because the galaxy doesn't tolerate women like them. Oh my goodness, I wonder what that could possibly be a reference to. The writing is so subtle on this show, you see.
Wait, the galaxy doesn't tolerate lesbians? I'm pretty sure sexuality has never been an issue in... Or are they like witches and something? Also, where did the twins come from if it's a bunch of lesbos? I have nothing against lesbians, just FYI. Some of my favorite content growing up. But last time I checked, it's not how babies are made. It's not where the baby comes from. They're not gonna lie. They were made by the Force, of course. They fucking were made by the Force. How could I forget? The Force can do that.
I just can't make out what they're driving at. Also, this is just a crazy thought on my part, but if you really want to remain hidden from the rest of the galaxy, maybe don't build your communist lesbian space witch community in a gigantic fortress on top of a mountain that's so big it can probably get seen from space.
Are you dumb or something?
Anyway, this is where the show tries its hand at character development, and I use that word about as loosely as I'd use the term fine dining to describe a pot noodle. The two strong female twins are due to go through a big ceremony to turn them into full-on witches because they were created without a father using the power of the Force.
Johnny, pretty
Sorry,
accurate there.
the thread. But don't worry, we'll get into that soon enough. Believe that! But strong female character dreams of leaving the communist lesbian space witches behind and seeing what else is out there in the galaxy. Strong female antagonist, on the other hand, wants to stay right here and refuses to let her twin leave because she's a psychotic lunatic. I wonder if this is going to have repercussions later. So it's time for us to meet their mums. Strong female character number 4 and strong female character number 5, each of whom have slightly different perspectives on how to raise their strong female twins. Strong female character number 5 believes in discipline, caution, and suspicion of outsiders, while strong female character number 4 is more indulgent and free-thinking. And apparently she gets the last word on how they're raised because she created them with the power of the thread.
I carried them. I created them.
Liar, lie, your pants on fire.
Man, that is so fucking cringe. Like, how did we get here? Like, please just explain this to me. How did we get here? I get, right, that this is supposed to be sci-fi, and sci-fi doesn't have to stick to the rules as closely, but some rules might be important, you know? Some rules might actually, I don't know, be worth considering. This is just so obviously political. Anyone that watches this and doesn't immediately go, what the fuck is the politics here? You're a moron, right? You are a moron. If you think that there's no political bane to this, it is, and I don't understand this hatred towards men. Like, I genuinely don't get it. It makes no fucking sense to me. Why would you fuel the fires of a war that you would lose if it ever actually played out? This is what I've never understood. And I'm not trying to be, as I thought, Brandon, I would prefer if we didn't do that, if you don't mind. I would be much happier if we did not do that. The inevitable outcome. So let's extrapolate what a lot of these feminists want, right? So they really do not like men, and they love to stoke the fires of a war with men. So let's extrapolate and see, what does an actual war between men and women look like? About 24 hours after the start of that war, women have 0 rights. It's all been removed. It's all been taken. How do we know this? Because it's happened in history. When men decide, well, we've had enough, we're going to take over the country, they usually do. It's never happened. Women has never been able to do that. So why would you stoke the fires of a war that you would lose? Men don't want this war. There's no man out there that believes that they're in a fucking war with women. We like women. Part of your strength is your ability to not fight, but manipulate and get the man to think that it was his idea to, I don't know, do random shit. That's part of your strength. Why are we living in I don't know. This is just such an upside down fucking world, man. Things are psyop from the elite, to be honest. We will not focus on real problems when we focus on fighting each other. So true. I absolutely agree with that. It's penis envy. That's why. I guess that could be it. Women start revolution, men won them. The thing is, throughout the history of humankind, it's generally been the case, right, that society changes when men decide to change it. I hope things are going well for you, bud. For me, it's going perfectly fine. Brandon, how's life for you, man? It also kills the family unit by putting men against women. Persona, but this is, do you see, so the reason this annoys the living fuck out of me is that it makes it seem like a much more mainstream opinion than what it is. The overwhelming majority of women, I don't believe, look at men and feel like they're at war with men. the overwhelming majority of women, I don't think, hate men. But shit like this makes it seem like it's a lot more mainstream than what it is. And this allows, like, I hate this for what it does to women, because there are women that absolutely get swept up in this bullshit. And I wonder how many young lesbians are scissoring like fucking crazy right now, thinking that maybe I too can make babies, right? Because you just know there's someone stupid enough to think that. But then on the same side, the red pill dudes use this as a way to radicalize a bunch of men. It's just terrible on all fucking sides of this argument. Agree. How many, which makes the idea more pervasive over time? True. The Radical Sisters make very bad advertisements for them. Did you see the Xbox Game Showcase deep dive, World of Warcraft: The War Within? Not the deep dive, but I did watch the showcase.
Now, you might have thought that Anakin was the only example of immaculate conception in Star Wars, but you'd be wrong, you bigot, because it turns out that not one, but two strong female characters got there like 100 years earlier. Why do I get Timeless Children and Star Trek Discovery vibes from all of this? Also, we might as well get this thread bullshit out of the way. So, like, you know how the Force has been one of the defining elements of Star Wars for almost 50 years, referenced in every single movie, game and TV show ever made? Well, it turns out we were all wrong, because according to the lesbian communist space witches, the real nature of it is a thread that binds all living things together. It's not a power that can be controlled or used as a weapon like those mean stinky Jedi do. Also, it's funny because literally seconds later, strong female character number 4 actually does use the thread as a weapon.
How embarrassing.
And the more I think about that, the more it seems like a perfect metaphor for people just like this, claiming one thing and then doing the exact opposite without ever acknowledging their own hypocrisy.
That's the left for you. It makes sense, actually. Say one thing, mean a completely different thing. JT, how you doing, bro? They're using the old god tricks on us, keep them in conflict. 2 women can make a baby. You just have to implant a stem cell in the egg, and ta-da, it's a clone, though. But feminists have enough ego for that. By the way, when they said the Force is female a few years ago, we all laughed at them and didn't take it seriously. This is the result. Well, the good thing is that I think the Acolyte is... I don't know how good... let's see. How good is the Acolyte doing right now? Ooh. Ooh. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is not a great score. that is not the kind of score that you want to like open your website to the morning after the first episode airs, right? I go, oh fuck, we have a 4.2 out of 10. That's worse than average. Like there are B tier films that have higher than 4.2. I think Sharknado actually has like a 5 point something, if I'm not mistaken. And that is a fucking movie about a tornado that throws sharks. What? Like, bro, and what's more, by the way, this show had a budget of 180 million. This is the last thing you want to see, is a 4.2 out of 10 for a $180 million budget. That is ridiculous.
Jesus, imagine still being a Star Wars fan at this point and having to reconcile all these conflicting bullshit ideas in your heads.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, it's time for one of the most cringe-inducing scenes in all of Star Wars, and that's really saying something at this point.
Power of 1. The power of 2. The power of many.
When I saw this, I actually had...
Okay, that is cringe. Like, that's peak cringe. Like, was that supposed to be... I don't know what... was that supposed to be an epic scene? Were they going for epic? Like, oh shit, look, this is about to happen. Because, like, if you really wanted to go for epic, the 300 did epic pretty well, where the dude kicks the other dude. This is Sparta! And then he kicks him. That's quite an epic scene, you know? They could have done that. Have that bitch stand there, and then someone just goes, this is Star Wars, and you kick her off the fucking ledge. That would also have been, like, really epic. But the power of 1. the power of two, and then they sing the power of many. Like, what the fuck Lion King bullshit is this? Like, why are you singing the power of many? Like, this is ridiculous.
Had to pause the playback, walk away, and really just let it sink in. This is a thing that actually got made. Real functioning adults wrote, performed, edited, and scored this, and at no point in the process did anyone raise their hands and say, I think this might be a bad idea, guys. This is exactly what happens when you take people who consider this to be thought-provoking art and put them in charge of a $200 million Star Wars show. Truly, George Lucas must be so proud of what they've accomplished with his baby. Anyway, luckily for us, the ceremony gets interrupted when the mean stinky Jedi show up to kidnap the strong female twins because they think they could be powerful in the Force or something. You know, it's funny how there seems to be this real concerted effort by Disney to paint the Jedi in the worst possible light.
Why are all the Jedi also female now? Like, what the fuck? Are there any males in this show, or were males only born afterwards? Like, when did men become like a thing, or may not a thing?
Light, so that they can be replaced with something more modern. Anyway, strong female character number 5 doesn't appreciate this much and uses the thread as a weapon, even though it totally isn't a weapon according to them, to threaten token white guy with annihilation. Because really, who else out of this extremely diverse group of Jedi could she possibly choose as her victim? Anyway, eventually strong female Jedi is able to calm things down, and Squid Guy tries to win strong female character over to his side by handing her a lightsaber to play with.
Are you dumb or something?
Are you out of your fucking mind? She's a small child, and this is one of the deadliest weapons in the galaxy. Is this really how you want to attract someone to your cause? Like, what if she accidentally ignites it and cuts her own head off? Fucking mission failed right there, you.
Wait, what? Yeah, like, it's legitimately the Star Wars equivalent. It would be more parentally safe to hand the child a fucking nuke. Like, unironically, that would be safer. You have a much, much greater chance of not fucking yourself up with a nuke than what you have with a lightsaber. This is, by the way, one of the things that fucking annoyed me to no end about the newest Star Wars films, where Rey just knows how to use a lightsaber. No questions asked, she just understands it. When in reality, a lightsaber requires an immense amount of control over the Force in order to use correctly. But no, she just knows this stuff, right? It's born in her fucking vagina, I guess. With the Sith Force, turns out to be white male energy. Well, at this point, I'm rooting for the Sith. So let's go.
Dick. Anyway, so the Jedi's plan is to test the strong female twins to see if they've got Force potential, so the communist lesbian space witches hatch the genius plan for them to intentionally fail the test so they'll be left alone.
Yes, yes.
Wow, 4-dimensional quantum mega chess going on there, ladies. Well done. Unfortunately, it all goes wrong when strong female character gets found out in a matter of seconds and decides to just pass the test anyway. So strong female antagonist does the smart thing and locks her in her room and then sets her journal on fire in the middle of a stone hallway in a fortress that's made predominantly of stone. I mention the fact that it's made of stone so often because the fire quickly spreads and then engulfs the entire fortress, because apparently in this universe stone is more combustible than a 1990s shell suit. Oh yeah, and the communist lesbian space witches all die from boredom or something. Then strong female antagonist falls into a pit and strong female character gets rescued by Squid Game guy who agrees to take her to Coruscant and train her as a Jedi. But wouldn't you know it, strong female antagonist actually survived and begins her revenge trip. Wow, who could have predicted that when we totally know that she's alive 16 years later? You know, reviewing this episode is kind of an exercise in futility at this point, because really, what is the point anymore in complaining about nonsensical and contradictory writing, the horrendous cinematography, the wooden acting, and the terrible dialogue? Those things are all par for the course in The Acolyte. You almost expect it now. The bigger problem now is that it's honestly difficult to feel much of anything for The Acolyte or Star Wars in general, because I think this show is proof, if you ever needed it, that this is just how things are going to be now. Star Wars isn't going to be saved by anyone. It's not going to go back to the way it was, and it's not.
Dude, I remember when they announced that there's going to be a new Star Wars film. I was over the moon. I was so excited. You know, I'm a huge Star Wars fanboy. I enjoyed all 6 of the original films, and in any, like, it doesn't matter, like any order, you can watch it whichever way you want. They were all phenomenal movies. And then I remember way back in the day they announced that there's a 7 coming. I was like, dude, let's go. Another movie in the Star Wars universe. This is gonna be lit. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, girl, was I wrong. Sorry, 2024. All habits die hard. Girl, was I wrong. Like, holy shit, was I wrong. I should not have wanted this. Like, this is just terrible. I don't know. I hope it dies now. I hope that this is just the last of Star Wars. I hope Disney sells Star Wars to someone that actually cares about it. Now, rock solid Disney beans are from directing this dumpster fire. So Disney prints money just due to nostalgia. What Disney is doing currently, which I feel will probably bite them in the ass later down the road, is they're basically not building a new audience to replace the older audiences. So, if you look at a lot of people that still love Disney movies, it's older folk, right? New young kids, like especially boys. So we see the political compass tests show this. Gen Z males are predominantly turning towards the right now. They're no longer part of the left. They're no longer liberal, which is actually super problematic because the general rule of thumb is that when you're young, you're liberal and you only become more conservative as you grow older. It's a fuck up when young kids are already becoming more conservative, right? Because that means they're going to be super conservative by the time they get older. And they're not going to replace the lost people. So Disney will have problem, but it will only be in the future. Sad? Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you, Keyboard Mouse. It is super sad what's happening to this franchise. This once beloved franchise. Igor the Terrible is dressed up as Mickey from Fantasia, casting agenda addendum. Yep, the left shot themselves in the foot. They will eventually. It's going to take time, but they will eventually. So, Mike, you're not actually that special in not being conservative. You're the generation that you fall into. Actually, have quite a few of the older men that are super liberal. But you are being replaced at a massive, massive pace by a lot of young people, and then, even in your own generation, men are turning towards the right far more often, which is dangerous because the pendulum never swings equally to the other side, and that's the thing that bothers me. I don't want the pendulum to be on the side of the left as far as it is now. But I almost fucking certainly don't want the pendulum on the other side to the right. Because the right has, when the right gets super in power, shit's not fun. The right is, it's very much burn the witch kind of folk if they get into power. So, yeah. It's never great. But it is what it is. There's no content on the left for men. Persona Ghostwalker, so according to the young boys that are interviewed, the young men, actually, I should say, because it's not boys, actually. It is young men. The reason they are leaving the left is because why would you be part of a side that keeps telling you that you are the problem, that you are evil, that you are bad, that you are to blame for everything that is wrong in the world? Why would you keep sticking with that side? There's no point, Stop Echo. I can only get so erect. Shit, Zanrath. Right, now try also correct me. No, the right is not always right. Keyboard Mao, I'm super centrist, anarchist, really, so I would burn both sides down, but I agree with you. I think the problem isn't so, I will never expect society to be in the center. I fully accept that. And it's perfectly fine if the pendulum is a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left and it sort of fluctuates between, a little bit more conservative, liberal, more liberal. It's even fine if you have like a slight center-right society where, it is conservative, but it's not super conservative. The problem is when it goes too far to either one of those sides. That's when things go nuts, and it's been very far to the left for a while now in America. So by the time that pendulum slaps back, it's going to be terrible.
Not going to improve in any meaningful way because there's no one left with the will or the talent to do it. The Acolyte represents their ultimate vision for this franchise. It's the perfect distillation of everything Disney and the so-called creatives at Lucasfilm want to inject into George Lucas's vision, and they're not going to stop. Kathleen Kennedy recently bemoaned all the criticism that she and women like Leslie Headland have taken for their creative decisions because the predominantly male fanbase just can't seem to recognize their genius. Well, congratulations, Kathy, because that seems to be a problem that you've gradually solved with every new show and movie that you've produced. If there's no fans left at all, then there's no toxic male fans left either. Genius! So in that respect, at least, I guess you've kind of won by default. Congratulations, Star Wars is all yours now. And this here is your prize, an empire of dust. A franchise in ruins. And really, I hope it was all worth it. I hope it was worth the billions of dollars you've blown on failed projects over the years. I hope it was worth provoking the contempt and finally the apathy of millions of Star Wars fans that have just chosen to walk away. I hope it was worth it to have a legacy of absolute failure. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Man, I love the critical drinker. What an outro. Go away now. Yeah, I mean, I'm done with Star Wars. I will admit, I don't exactly understand what Star Wars and Disney plays at. Because, let's be real, almost all of the things that come out of Disney nowadays just suck dick. But then you go, for example, to Andor. Andor was actually a phenomenal series. Rogue One, I watched that. It was actually really good. It was actually really, really good. So it is almost as if Disney goes, right, how many shit films can we release before we have to release a good film to sort of bring the old fans back, make them believe that we've turned a corner so we can do another few shit films, and then we have to do another good film so that we can bring the old fans back. Because it seems like that's the game that Disney is playing. They think if they continue to play this game, eventually the audience will just start to enjoy the shit stuff. Like maybe that's their thinking. Bad Batch is good. Bad Batch is animated, right? I don't watch animated stuff, so I wouldn't know. But I've heard that it's pretty good. I know Chrissy on Twitter thinks it's good. I know she tweets about it often. Or at least she did a while back. She tweeted about how good it is. I won't watch it because it's animated. And I don't, as a rule, I don't watch animated stuff. When episode I get released in theaters, such joy. What's this?
The Phantom Menace opens at midnight.
Place in the Star Wars line.
People started lining up over a month ago.
All right, get out your lightsabers.
You just may have noticed that Star Wars, the latest episode, opens nationally at midnight tonight.
The hype surrounding this movie has been overwhelming.
Dude, this is nuts. I remember this. It was nuts. Like 100%. It was nuts. No, CCS, I never watched the Dragon Age series. It'll be interesting to see what happens, though. There is always doom and gloom over Disney's recent stuff, but they continue to keep coming out with cringe. Keyboard Mao, as I already explained, it's going to take a number of years for Disney to finally go bankrupt because of nostalgia, most likely. You have a lot of older fans that will still go to the theme parks, that will still support the theme parks because they grew up with a lot of those franchises. So, it's fun. The movies are continuously doing worse and worse and worse. So obviously, from a movie perspective, they are losing money, but it is my understanding that Disney makes a fucking boatload off of their theme parks. But remember, people only go to the Disney theme parks because, well, they like the Disney franchises. So once the audience that used to love the Disney franchises die off, they're not going to go to the theme parks, right? Well, why would I go support the newest theme park attraction if I don't know shit about this universe? And that's when Disney will start struggling. So they won't do it now, but it will happen eventually. Maricas, how you doing, bro? Into what? I think I will continue that trend. Oh, yeah. I've also never been to a Disney theme park, but we don't have one in South Africa. So, to be fair, I don't think we have theme parks in South Africa except for Gold Reef City. Hold up, let me see. Oh, wait, we do actually. What the fuck? We have theme parks? We have 17 theme parks, although not all of them, I think, count as theme parks. Like Gold Reef City, I know. This one is in Johannesburg. Then you have the Marine World, but that's water slides. So we have a bunch of water parks, but not really. Yeah, not really like theme park. Doug Butford, yeah, that's exactly what I think as well. Yeah, I always wanted to go to Ratanga Junction, but I was sad when I heard that it actually closed down. But, you know, it is what it is. We seem to have a lot of water parks for some reason. I don't know why. I wonder why theme parks aren't a bigger thing. Because in America, you guys have tons of theme parks, no? Like, theme parks is an actual attraction in America. I wonder why that isn't the thing in South Africa. Like, why do we not have theme parks? Why isn't such a big deal here? Does Aku speak Afrikaans? Ek praat Afrikaans, Johnny. Ja, 100%. My eerste taal is Afrikaans. I don't think you understood that, but I was saying my first language is Afrikaans. America lives in excess. Yeah, but I mean, a theme park isn't necessarily excess. Like, fuck me. It's just a nice place to go to, no? Alpha, how you doing? Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Mijn eerste taal is Nederlands. Stakscase. I don't know how to pronounce that, but how you doing? I understood that. I should probably Stexkus. I'll do steak. How about that? We have an indoor theme park, I remember. I wish we had more theme parks. Oh, only thing I can think of is South Africans have no time for this bullshit. They don't make money, maybe. I don't know why we don't go for that. Because I would love, I like roller coasters. Like, I remember going to Gold Reef City. I just went on the roller coaster. That shit was fun as shit. She says, I feel like you could do a themed theme park in South Africa, and it would work. You could do one about the ANC and the national government and how it all falls apart. And then if the roller coaster comes crashing down mid-ride, that would just be a feature, not a bug, right? So you could do something crazy like that. It would work. We have our own culture. You know, our culture is a wildly inept government. You can call that theme park load shitland. Every ride just breaks down in the middle, and you sit there for 2 hours waiting for load shedding to get done. Accurate. Welcome aboard the Load Shedding Express, where we stop you at ride for 2 hours. 6 pieces of tin that you push over called government toppled. True. Oh, what is this? Okay. The cast of the new Star Wars series, The Acolyte, don't even know the plot of the original Star Wars franchise. Here, Charlie Bonnet twice claims that Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star.
Well, Anakin just killed a whole Death Star. How many people died on that? Well, Anakin just killed a whole Death Star. How many people died on that?
Was that girl looking at him like, what the fuck is he saying?
Killed a whole Death Star. How many people died on that?
Wait, none of them are reacting to what he just said there? Wifey, how you doing?
I did get in trouble for this answer at Star Wars Con. I got heat.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's so funny to me because it literally, as a person who's outside and just a fan coming in, that was what was so beautiful and interesting to me. You know, people have been talking to me online about how Darth Vader is such a bad person. It's very clear, and it's very well established from those actions. But if you can't look and see that Anakin blowing up the Death Star possibly killed millions and millions of people, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this right now.
You are going to get in trouble. Okay, so first... So even if we wait with your story of Anakin blowing up the Death Star, even if we did, that would not quite make an argument against Darth Vader not being such an evil person. Wonder why that would be. Maybe because they're the same person. Like, I don't know what you're defending here. That would be like saying, you know, I don't know why people are so angry at Hitler. You know, why people keep saying that Hitler is such a bad guy when Goebbels clearly did this, this, and this. It's like, yeah, they're both kind of evil. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm not suggesting that Goebbels and Hitler was one, but you get the gist of it, right? It's not changed my mind. Dude, what's interesting is how this fuck sits there and goes, as a fan coming in from the outside. It's like, a fan of what? What exactly, sir, are you a fan of? Because this is basic stuff. We're not even talking about you actually having to be in the know of Star Wars lore. You just have to be, if you've just watched at least the original 6 films, you would know that what you are saying now is absolute bullshit. Like, you should not be saying this. I like how he's aware of the fact that he will get in trouble for this, because every Star Wars fan is going, you fucking what, mate? Like, what are you talking about, sir? I think he obviously made Luke Skywalker, but the argument still doesn't make any sense. If he said Luke Skywalker, which is perfect, that at least gets one part of it correct. The Death Star that was blown up was filled with a bunch of evil people that was working to use the Death Star to blow up planets with billions of people on them. So even then, like, what did this guy think the Death Star was for? Making fucking jokes? It was just a giant speaker that would be used to do stand-up to the people on the planets that it visited? Like, what do you think the Death Star is for? Like, stopping the Death Star is worth it, considering the Death Star can blow up entire planets. In fact, it did. So yeah, it's wild to me. See, but this is the problem with young people today. They don't understand. Dude, I want to show you guys this, because this is actually fucking nuts. Oh, yeah. Listen to this.
Why y'all killing people? You have nothing
I wish Hitler was still here.
Oh, how freaking nuts.
I wish Hitler was still here. He would have wiped all y'all out. I'm saying you was something worse.
You're not working. I mean, you should be working.
He would have wiped all y'all out. Why y'all killing people?
Now, that is a harsh thing to fucking say, no? Yeah, someone should tell him. I don't know when's the last time this guy looked in the mirror, but Hitler would not have stopped at the Jews. Like, once he was done with the Jews, he wasn't going to look at the black people and go, well, they can be Aryan too. He was 100% going to go, get these motherfuckers. So yeah, I would argue that, don't wish for Hitler to make a return. That dude was nuts. Dinner's already, idiot needs stringing up. But this is the problem with the left, right? This is why the left are a bunch of morons that don't understand the world that they're living in, because they don't understand. For them, all morality is relative, right? It's a relative thing. It depends on what I need. It's subjective in its entirety. And that is just the natural outflow of their worldview. People like him are why getting called Nazi or racist means nothing now. Dude, the fact of the matter is, I never thought that I would live in a world where, and it's not just this dude, it's pretty much all of those people. I've heard a bunch of people at these pro-Palestine rallies basically echoing the same sentiment. They think Hitler should not have been stopped, and Hitler was actually doing a good thing. And it's like, holy shit. All right. I mean, fuck me. We've gone from people on the left calling everyone else racist, fascist Nazis, saying punch a Nazi is a good thing, and then saying, well, actually, Hitler may have done the right thing. Like, that's what you call coming full circle. Good wages and job security. I still want those things. Mobility. So I would not consider myself to be on the left, right? At all. I guess you could say politically, I'm much more on the side of the conservatives than I am on the left. But I can agree that the left used to be noble in their pursuits. So I agreed with the resulting actions that they were hoping to achieve. I was just not in agreement that their actions would actually achieve the outcomes that they wanted to achieve. I made a video about this not long ago where I explained exactly this. The difference between conservatives and liberals isn't that liberals care about the poor and conservatives do not. It's that both liberals and conservatives care about the poor. They just differ on how to care about the poor. Conservatives believe that you should give people the freedom to pick themselves up and to make money. Liberals think the government should help out. It's a difference on how do we get there, right? But we both want the same thing. The modern day left doesn't want that, right? They don't give a shit about the poor. They want government power for the sake of getting government power. That's it. It's ridiculous because you can't really how do you have a conversation with someone like that? What is good and bad now? Yeah, because good and bad isn't objective realities for them anymore. Simply put, these people never cared about anti-Semitism. I don't think, I'll go so far as to say, CCS, I don't think the left cares about anything but themselves. I'm on record as saying that all of the left-wing influencers are the most narcissistic, evil human beings on the planet. They only care about themselves. And the only reason they want things like socialism and communism is because it will, in their minds at least, afford them a greater amount of power. To be able to do things that, they can't otherwise do. So yes, I will agree with you. I don't think when the left says that they hate Nazis, they don't really hate Nazis. They only hate it when the Nazis oppose them, and that of course means anyone that's against them. That means everyone. But if Hitler came back and Hitler was willing to work with the left, Hassan would be first in line. He would be like, yeah, let's go, bro. He'd be wearing the sevens on his fucking chest. Really, Stix? Is that true? Flinderonkies, how are you doing? The left right now is completely mature and hedonistic. They're rainbow Nazis. 10 different parties with 10 different agendas, and after all, they combine 3-5 on one pile to just do same random things. Oh, but that's politics in general. Like that, there's nothing new there. Just politics being politics. Oh, Flinderonkies, just having fun, you know. Having fun with the bullshit of the world. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is anymore. It genuinely, to me, feels like the world is fucking nuts, you know? That's what it feels like to me. The world is nuts. Is the YouTube stream still up? I'm getting some weird notifications things on my side. All right. Let me just reconnect here, because I'm getting a bunch of bullshit here. Give me a moment. I don't know why it sometimes does this, where it just stops connecting to the YouTube account, and then you have to go through the whole thing of reconnecting it for some stupid reason. Sorry, I couldn't see your messages on YouTube for a second. I've reconnected it, so I should be able to see your shit now. Sorry about that, guys. My mom in Belgium and had a meeting with her caretakers. Also, how's your mom doing? You see that Saudi hasn't renewed the petrodollar with USA? Wait, when did that happen? That packets? Johnny, no. It's like, I think it has to do with just longevity, because I've been connected without having to re-sign in probably like a month and a half now. So I think that just happens automatically. Like after a while, you have to reconnect. I don't know. Stopped on the 9th of June. Yeah, but I don't know if I trust that, because technically speaking, they still sell their fuel in dollars. Plus, I feel like it's probably far more a political move than what it is an actual move. I think Saudi Arabia wants to use this as a way to try and force the Americans into something. I don't know what they want, but you know. I am very confused. What is this technology? I'm not. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. They're burning down strawberry. You didn't realize you could burn it down by just, I don't know, using a fucking flamethrower. It would probably be a lot better than using a fucking trebuchet. A trebuchet? Why are you using a trebuchet? Apparently, I don't understand. You've got a bunch of soldiers with clearly soldier armors and stuff using a trebuchet. I don't. I guess, you know, when you've run out of fucking bullets and cannons, you could use a trebuchet. That's Civilization for you. This is what happens when you play Civilization 6 and you don't invest in technology points at all. This is what happens. Like, yeah, that's pretty much spot on. Yeah. You're in the fucking modern age, but your weapons are still Bronze Age bullshit. Uh, I don't understand, but anyways, let them live their best lives. It would be fun. Like, war would be a hell of a lot more fun if things like trebuchets made a comeback. They're not gonna lie, but this was peak warfare. Like, if we still fought with trebuchets and shit, I would probably join the military. This is much more fun than just having a fucking drone or some shit. What podcast is here? What the fuck are we talking about? Why is there
games in this podcast are
Oh. All right.
Games in this podcast are rated T. Hey everyone, welcome back to the official Xbox podcast, the only podcast coming to you from inside Xbox. And all this week, we've been diving deep into the games you've seen at the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, if you've missed one from earlier...
Is it me, or is his lips not syncing? Or is this Microsoft's new AI thing? Because those lips are not fucking syncing.
Week, don't worry. Check them all out at youtube.com/Xbox, Spotify, or wherever you download your podcasts. And today, we're so happy to welcome teammates from Blizzard to the new and improved Xbox podcast set to talk World of Warcraft, The War Within. And
I'm ready. Let's go.
Than to team up with the host of the WoWcast, community manager, Bethany Stout. Bethany, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks for having us. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's a little WoWcast Xbox podcast crossover. I love that.
Love that.
Yeah, it's
more of these.
Exactly. So can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
I am the community manager of World of Warcraft, and I've been playing World of Warcraft for around 18 years.
Wow.
I wish I could say the full 20, but,
You jumped in. It's fine.
jumped in. It took me some...
See, this is the kind of people that represent our game. Not even fucking real veterans. Like, seriously? The spokesperson for World of Warcraft isn't an actual veteran from the classic days? Man, the gaming industry has fallen far. No, I'm kidding. I love Bethany. I think she's fucking awesome. I love the WoWcast. She's really cool. She's always been really cool on Twitter. Yeah, I like her. Started 2004 December. Shameful. Not even played vanilla. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. She gets a pass. Cesius, that is sexist. That is sexist. It's 2024. She doesn't get a pass just because she's a girl. And just because she's a hot girl doesn't count. It's 2024, bro. This is June. You should be giving the love to men, right? Not to girls on the internet. I'm watching you, you misogynistic piece of shit. Did she even play Lost Vikings? T-Bears? No. She's a rookie gamer.
Some time. But I am so happy to be working on the game that I've been so passionate about. Working on World of Warcraft has been a blessing because this game is just filled with amazing people to work with and amazing people to play with.
Yeah.
And so.
Now, you're not only the community manager, as you mentioned, you said 18 years. You're also a fan. Can you tell us a bit about what that journey, once you did decide to jump in, was like?
Oh, so I had a friend who kept begging me to play. And I was like, it's an MMORPG. I'm already playing some. How can I do this? I don't know if I can leave this other games that I love, but okay. He's like, I'll sell you on it. And I was like, okay. And then he showed me flying in the first expansion, the Burning Crusade.
Yeah.
And I was obsessed with that because I never experienced flying in an MMORPG before.
Nice.
And also he sold me on the Druid class, which I can shapeshift into different animals. And I've never, I'm a healer at heart, and I'm also an animal lover. And so the fact that I can be a cat and I can just change different specializations, tanking, healing, anything. I was like, sold me for 18 years.
Yeah,
going.
It's always interesting, like when you're set into a game and that one thing that catches you and you jump in and you're like stuck in there. But before we go on though, Bethany, I do have a confession to make. I am not a WoW player.
Oh.
And so you're here to be the expert. You're going to teach me the ways. And by the end of this, I feel like I'm going to be an expert. But you didn't just come by yourself.
22 minutes and this man thinks he's going to be an expert in World of Warcraft. 22 minutes, sir. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Like 22 minutes would be enough for me to explain to you how to download and install the fucking game and create an account. That's basically it. That's all you're learning. Like, please, don't start with that bullshit. You're gonna need way more time. Like, I couldn't even explain to you the basis of the lore of the first Warcraft in 22 minutes, sir. Like, even that would be impossible. Like, there's no shot. You need way more fucking time than this. Like, what are you even saying? I feel insulted.
So, Bethany, you brought some guests with you, didn't you?
Oh, I brought some guests also.
Who've been sitting
play WoW.
They've just been sitting.
Oh,
waiting.
shit. Look at Ian just chilling.
About the game.
Waiting.
Yeah. Who do we have with us?
Yes, I brought two wonderful people who are integral parts of World of Warcraft, Holly and Ian.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, so happy to be here. My name's Holly Longdale. I am the executive producer of World of Warcraft. I've been playing for 20 years as a player.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, fine. You know what? I'll move my fucking camera just because you guys keep crying about it.
So I joined Blizzard about 4 years ago, and it's the joy of my life to work with this team and on this game after, playing it for all those many years and all those classes. So I play...
David, how you doing, bro? You fucking asshole. Just thanks. Like, holy shit. This is the moment where you're supposed to stroke my ego a little. Tickle my balls. Go, no, bro, it's fine. We actually like your face. David just fucking falls right in there. First thing he says, by the way, he didn't even say hello. He didn't even come in and introduce himself and say, hey, guys, happy to be here again after not being here for a couple of days because I wasn't streaming. He just comes in and goes, thanks. Like, thank you for moving your ugly fucking mug out of the way so I could see Ian. I appreciate that. Actually, would you mind turning off the camera? It's really putting me off this podcast. I can't really get into it when I'm seeing your fat, ugly face on my fucking screen. Like, thank you, David. I really appreciate that. You didn't hurt my feelings at all. It's all good, bro. How you doing, man?
I do lean towards elves. That's kind of my thing. So, Malik, there's going to be something for you in there. I'm going to encourage you to go.
Elves. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm taking that note down. Ian, how's it going?
Hi, I'm Ian Hasikostas, game director on WoW. Also 20-year player at this point. I think for Bethany, her moment that hooked her was flying. For me, it was actually just day one, logging in on an orc shaman who sounded cool, looked awesome, and literally hitting spacebar for the first time in World of Warcraft. Just the humble jump button.
Yeah.
Agreed. The game with the best running and jump animations in the world is World of Warcraft. And you guys know why? Like, can any of you guess why World of Warcraft has the best running and jump animations in gaming? It's done without mocap. All of the movement in World of Warcraft is completely handcrafted by animators. They have zero motion capture on World of Warcraft movement. So everything you see is entirely unique to World of Warcraft. When you play almost every other game out there, the jumping animations and running animations are pretty much exactly the same thing. In World of Warcraft, they're super unique because they were made from the ground up by animators to be specifically Azerothian. And to me, that's just insanely cool.
And like just
That's true.
the visceral feel of like the weight to hitting it and moving through the world compared to other massive online games at the time. Like I was like, this is special. This is wild. And then it was a deep rabbit hole to go down. But really, at this point, it's crazy looking back at a game that really has shaped the better part of my adult life.
I mean, there's so many ways to go with that. Like, I always love when I hear stories of people playing a game and then working on the game. Now, I'm no mathematician, but 18, 20,
Agreed,
20, that's 58, right? 58 years of experience that are working on this game. And I'm sure that's multiplied by the amount of people who are working there. So that is incredible. I think we always love when devs have grown up playing the game and like lived the game that they're working on it because you have the best interest of the game at heart, right? I love that. But there's an elephant in the room. This is the Xbox podcast. Can you tell our fans, like, what are y'all doing?
Cheers, Vengeance.
We're really excited to be part of the
we don't love
Xbox
having
family.
you.
Well, yeah.
What are you in here for?
We're just super excited to be part of Xbox now, coming from Blizzard, and we're representing the PC game, World of Warcraft. So we're super excited to be here, and we want to share with all of the Xbox fans that we're here. We're here to stay. We've been around for 20. We're not your dad's game. We're not your mom's game. We're going to be around for 20 more at least. And we want to invite everybody in.
Actually, you are our dad's and our mom's games. They're still alive, I'll have you know. You know, most people still have their parents, and their parents played the game. Windows calling it all Xbox is so confusing. I mean, they are technically part of the Xbox division of Windows, so you know, I think it's good. I think World of Warcraft is going to come to Xbox, to consoles. I don't know why. I just have this feeling in my ball sack that that's going to be an announcement very soon that World of Warcraft is coming to console.
This incredible experience as we get into our 20th anniversary and this incredible saga that's kicking off a 3 expansion, incredible epic journey.
The timing's also specific because it's the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, this is a huge year for World of Warcraft in general, right? It's really humbling, again, to reflect upon my own relationship with the game, but really just to look back on the journey that we've taken as a development team with our community. Right? Yeah. We are a game that has grown and evolved as our community has. Yeah. And, you know, 20 years ago, maybe a knock on WoW was like, well, this is a game that is going to consume your soul. Like, don't even think about playing this game unless you have endless hours to devote to it, because that's what it's going to take from you. And I think, you know, not everyone has that time to spare these days, right? We're all busy. We all have a lot of responsibilities, but we want to maintain a relationship or build a new one with this world that's been so special for so many people.
Ian, let me just stop you there. There is a giant difference between WoW 20 years ago consuming my life as it did, and WoW from the Shadowlands era consuming my life as it should have, which it didn't because I quit playing. In Classic, I wanted the WoW to consume my life. I couldn't stop playing. I would log in every single day. I had so much fucking fun. In Shadowlands, you tried to force me to log in every single day. There's a giant difference. I tell you what, bro, you make sure that The War Within is a good game, and we'll go back to no-lifing the fuck out of WoW. Like, I can guarantee you that. We'll be right back to no-lifing this shit 16 hours a day, just, you know, taking time off work in order to play. Promise you. Just make the game good. We'll be here for it. Gamers have never had a problem no-lifing video games. Just FYI.
And so I think evolving over the years to keep that depth for those who want to seek it, but making sure that there's a wide range of levels of commitment and relationship you can have with the game and still have an epic, fulfilling experience, right? Whether you are just questing on your own and exploring the world, whether you're getting together with a couple of buddies and going into one of the new delves that's coming in War Within for like 20 or 30 minutes, or whether you're just, you know, a collector who wants to earn all the things, put together sick outfits and show them off. There's so many different ways to play World of Warcraft. I think that's part of what's kept the game as vibrant as it has been for the last 20 years, just the diversity and the continued evolution.
Yeah, 100%.
We branched out too, you know, based on what our players wanted and how they want to play. So we have World of Warcraft Classic, which is sort of the nostalgic version of the game. If that's your jam, you want to experience like what the MMO was like, you know, back in 2004 when it launched. Very vibrant community. It's very unique, as opposed to what we call WoW Modern, which is what we're going to be talking about today with The War Within. And then
why do you always do this, Blizzard? Why are you trying to change the words? Just stick with what the community has called. No one's going to call it WoW Modern. It's retail WoW. That's what we've all called it. Just call it that, right? We like retail WoW. It makes sense. You have classic WoW, you have retail WoW. Everyone knows what you're talking about. WoW Modern? No, we don't care about that. I don't like that name. Go back to the normal one. Retail. That's all we need to know. Modern. Still have trauma from Torghast. I liked the Torghast. I just didn't like the fact that it was forced on me.
In our modern game, we've been doing updates like every 8 weeks. We've added game modes. We're experimenting.
I'm looking forward to the next game mode.
We'd love to invite everyone in to come and try the new WoW.
And we're going to get into a little bit about what I can expect when I jump in, but I want to just jump off what you all said for just a second, and especially with you here as a community manager. But what's been really great is this through line that when we speak with devs and to talk about their relationship with their community, and specifically for a game that's been around for 2 decades, that relationship between you and your community must be like unbelievably vital to having this game around.
It's everything.
Yeah.
I think really, the last few years in particular have been especially shaped by making sure that we're meeting our players where they are, that we're listening to, anytime they're calling out obstacles that are getting in the way of their enjoyment of the game, and making sure that, Azeroth is a place that is welcoming for everybody. I mean, it's one of the fun, wild things about WoW is that it's a game that you could take a dozen people who would self-identify as diehard WoW players, sit them around a table, and have them each describe what it is they love about the game and what they do in it. And each of those dozen people could have a different answer.
Yep.
Whether it's,
that is actually true.
Whether it's the story, whether it's getting together with 20 of their friends.
That is actually true. As someone that makes YouTube videos for a living, the amount of people that play the game, like even in the lore, there are people that love certain types of lore, but couldn't give two shits about other types of lore. So you have people, for example, that don't care at all about the Void lore. Like, anything about the Void, couldn't care less. Titans? Yes. Who cares about the Void? Like, this game really does offer something for everyone. This is like the most Orwellian doublespeak response for me. Why is that, Tuck?
To slay a dragon, whether it's PvP combat and climbing to the top of the arena hierarchy or whatever else. And so, I think that chorus of voices, sometimes dissonant and conflicting, is like the beautiful tapestry that makes WoW. And I know it makes community management for WoW really challenging. So we're very good for Bethany helping navigate all of that.
Oh, we love
but
it.
we owe everything to our players.
Yeah, I love that. Kudos to you, Bethany, of course. So now let's talk about me jumping in. Let's head into the present. For players, since this is such, about approachability for folks who are jumping in, for players who are looking to join the adventure in Azeroth, how do you suggest to get started? Like, for someone who doesn't know anything about WoW and they're like, this is getting me into it. I'm really excited based off what you all are saying. Like, what do I do when I go in?
Well, so first off, you can check out the game completely for free. Initially, as no subscription required, no purchase.
No, Ian, no. Please don't. Please do not ever push the free trial for World. It is the worst free trial experience in gaming. You may as well remove it. The problem with WoW is that nothing about the first 20 levels of World of Warcraft sells you on wanting to play World of Warcraft. You don't get to experience most of what your class can do at level 20. Your class is still super boring at level 20. You can't play with other people. In my personal opinion, because with the purchase of every new expansion, people get all of the previous expansions for free. I would argue, allow people to level a character up to level 60, including the previous max level zone, right? So everything up until the previous expansion, they can play through and they can experience up to level 60. That, I feel like, is going to be a much better experience for a person playing on the free trial. And then allow them to do dungeons, allow them to do raids, old stuff with people so that they get a feel for what the game is ultimately about. To me, that would be a much better experience and a much better way of selling World of Warcraft to new players, because the free trial is just a joke. Exos reach and straight to Magni, champion the wounds. Oh, fuck. The first time they hear that, they have no idea just how bad shit's about to get, actually. Allow them to level in the race's starter zone again. Brian, that's something that they do have to bring back, the starting zones. The current starting zone for World of Warcraft, that island, Exile's Reach, it's a cool concept, but it really destroyed faction identity and race identity in World of Warcraft. It just removed all of it. If you're a young player just starting out, man, do you not know anything about the race that you're playing? Which is one of the things that made all World of Warcraft so successful. When you first start a character, the first thing you learn about is your race, right? And the history sort of and the culture of your race. Then you get sent to the capital city, and that's where you finally learn about the Horde, right? About this giant faction that you are a part of, and for the Alliance, about the Alliance. This faction that you're a part of, and all the different races and stuff that form part of this faction. But it's sort of like it introduced you to the world in layers, and you would keep going up in tiers as you get deeper and deeper into it. We need that back in World of Warcraft.
It's required. Just go to worldofwarcraft.com and download it. You can jump into a pretty new starter experience that we created in recent years called Exile's Reach, or it's you'll level from 1 to 10 with a character class of your choosing and kind of learn the ropes, learn how combat works, how the quest mechanics work, and a bit about the world that you're going to be in. And then from there, the journey continues. If you purchase an expansion or subscribe, but we've really done a lot over the last 20 years to ensure that 20 years of content is not 20 years of obstacles that you have to overcome to get to the latest, coolest thing. You've constantly streamlined the leveling experience, so you're just going to play through a single expansion. Like when War Within comes out, Dragonflight, the current expansion, will be what you play through to level up and jump right into War Within. That will, again, give you the power, give you an understanding of the mechanics. You'll have a dragon companion that you'll earn very early on, so you can fly around the world as you explore it. And it's also going to kind of prepare you story-wise for what the War Within is going to bring.
It's an experience you can do over. So if you start with a shaman or a hunter and you're learning the ropes and you're like, hey, and it can be 30 minutes, maybe you're kind of into it and you're like, I want to try a warrior or, we have so many classes or a mage. You can just start over, and it's really simple and really easy. There's, this idea of, my mom or dad's MMO, like once you make a commitment to a character, that's, you're in it for potentially years.
Yeah.
But we've made it really simple.
What's the mom and dad references? Like, what's going on?
That's going to feel good to you.
We also have a Welcome to Azeroth bundle that'll help you jump right in. It gives you Dragonflight, our current expansion, and a character boost to go straight into the Dragonflight content. And it's a great bundle to have in case you are interested, and anybody else who's
trying to relate with the youth.
Skip into the meaty stuff.
From Mash, it's a new podcast.
Worry about that.
Nice. Okay. Good. I need to make sure I have some credentials.
Yeah. I'll help you out if you need me.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say we need our action item after this is that we need to have a WoWcast / Xbox podcast or whatever where I play WoW for the first time.
Oh yes.
And you all help me out, right?
Oh yeah.
I think that would be so fun.
100%.
Let's do it. We got to get that on the books somehow.
Yeah, we should.
Now,
I'll remember that.
There we go. Perfect. Everyone out there, stay tuned. Okay, so Xbox Game Showcase just happened. Very exciting time. You all showed off a new trailer and made some new announcements. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was?
Yeah,
there we go.
Again, 20 years of WoW, and what you saw in our cinematic was a celebration of the past 20 years and the journey of our story over the past 20 years in the cinematics that our team has created. So we have that, and also we're announcing our launch date for the War Within, August 26th.
There we go.
Yeah,
there it is.
But you can get in there right now and help us out.
And this, so we have in the lead up to War Within, there's already stuff going on in World of Warcraft at this very minute, as Xal'atath, the villain that you saw at the end of that cinematic, has kind of emerged into the world, and her tendrils are
we have watched it
throughout
or
Azeroth,
I've watched it,
leaving dark plans that are going to threaten us.
That looks so cool, by the way.
It's exciting to have that build up to that launch moment. That's not just something to sit back and passively wait for, but that you can jump in and play through. And I mean, as Holly mentioned, the cinematic does a great job of reflecting on a lot of the battles that champions of Azeroth have fought in years past, but really setting this up as the beginning of a brand new arc. We're calling it the World Soul Saga. It's a 3 expansion trilogy that begins with War Within, and the threat Xal'atath poses is one to the very world that our heroes stand on. And it makes it a great time, even as we turn 20, to jump in for the first time, because you're not joining a story that's already been in flight for years and years. We have a lot to catch up on. We're going to make sure you have everything you need to know, and you're going to be right there for all the twists and turns and surprises and reveals right alongside the veterans.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, it's like
I'm so excited.
We continue to say the last 20 years have led us to this moment. So this is a really great time to join us because it's a new journey. And also I have to say about our villain, Zalatath, she's epically sinister.
When that happens, you just have a sinister. Like, come on, be nice.
She's big. I'm sorry.
She's amazing.
Interpretation. That's a true villain, though. Like,
yes.
They have like a little bit of dynamic. You know, it's not all black and white.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you tell us more about the War Within so that he can have more experience?
Yes, sure. Need it.
So, I mean, aside from this, being this kickoff to this epic narrative arc, a new expansion for World of Warcraft means new zones to explore, and in this case, War Within is more than just a turn of phrase.
So, Tatiana, I think what he meant by that is they are very cognizant in this saga that a lot of people will not be able to will not have played the previous expansion, so they won't know all of that story. So they're very cognizant of the fact that they'll make sure that it, at least on the surface, makes sense. So as players are playing through the new World Soul saga, they're getting updated and sort of fast-tracked into where the story is now. So I think that's what they're referring to here.
We are literally going to be venturing beneath the surface of the world into these vast ancient spaces, massive caverns full of magma where the earthen dwarves work at bellows and vast forges. This beautiful place called Hallowfall Canyon, a huge underground space that really was designed to be an underground space where you don't feel like you're underground because it is so big, so vast, and there's a massive crystal that's actually impaled in the ceiling that illuminates the whole place and gives it this otherworldly space. But it's such a large area that the inhabitants use airships to get around within the underground caverns.
Wow.
And then if you go even deeper, you're going to go to Aj-Kahet, home of the ancient Nerubian Empire, one of the most powerful civilizations in the World of Warcraft universe. And we're going to, have to confront their queen and learn what they're all about. Spoilers, they're in league with Zalatath. Of course,
yeah,
new
but
expansion means,
can I just say I want to be in league with Zalatath as well? How do I join the Nerubians? Will that be an option for me to join Zalatath on what? Like, I don't even care what we do. I don't care. I'll help. It doesn't matter.
New features. We have a feature called Warbands, which is kind of embracing the fact that so many of our players these days,
This
as
is
Holly
what I'm
mentioned
looking
earlier,
forward
like
to.
play multiple characters.
That's me.
And when you switch from your warrior to your mage or to your rogue, you don't necessarily want to have to redo all the stuff you did already to re-earn that reputation or
no, you and me both, bro.
Let's make a lot of that account-wide. Finally, I think one of the things I'm really excited about is we have a feature called Delves. Now, World of Warcraft has always had dungeons for 5-player groups and raids for like 10 to 40-player groups. Delves are this more bite-sized, scaling solo to up to 5 players. So you can go in on your own, you can grab a couple of buddies, and have this like 15-minute dynamic, replayable adventure that's just kind of a whole new way to experience the World of Warcraft.
I'm looking forward to the Delves.
We have a lot of players that when you go into our experience for a new expansion, we do have dungeons, and the expectation is that you get in there with friends. But for example, I'd like to play with my stepson and my husband, but now for the first time, when you go into the dungeons in the War Within, we have AI followers or characters that will play with you and alongside you, so you can experience the dungeon without the rigors of finding other people to play with. But yeah, really excited about that. I'm the casual representative on the dev team. There's many of us, but I'm one of them, and Ian, he plays a bit differently.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad
Yeah,
about
he
that.
plays
I'm glad to hear about
hardcore.
the AI teammates because I have no friends.
You'll
find them. You'll find them.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's friends with the AI followers.
Exactly. Yeah. The names and personality. They're like friends for life.
The one thing,
all of everything.
you know what? The one thing is that I hate about these corporate podcasts and these how many of us would absolutely pay to see Ian and Holly do a 2-hour podcast with Preach, right? Or even with Asmongold. But like I'm talking proper podcast, so proper sit there, have a proper conversation about the stuff that's coming, back and forth. I hate these corporate podcasts because this isn't really a podcast. There's a set number of questions, and the questions are devised in such a way to extract information. They have information that they want the player base to know, and we ask the questions to make sure that the player base gets the answers. I paid to see them do a podcast with you, bro. I would pay to do a podcast with them. I would love to sit down with actually Metzen. I have some questions.
Everything they're saying that the War Within is coming with, there's an amazing feature in case you're afraid of certain types of creatures.
Ooh.
Can you tell us more about that? Because you were talking about the Nerubians, but not many people know what Nerubians are.
Yeah. So
Spider
in this
people.
zone, the Nerubians are a civilized, advanced arachnid race that has been, that their roots go back to the story of the Lich King. For those who remember, like the Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne, strategy game, and others. But we're excited to really show players their home and their civilization in all its glory. But I think we quickly realized, both based on community feedback and even some discussion within the development team, like, hey, so when these spiders were on my screen 15 years ago, and maybe they had way fewer polygons and they were kind of fuzzy, it was one thing. But I don't know about like a 2024 zone that's full of arachnids and arachnid people. And so they were just, concerns about arachnophobia, and folks who, even on the team, felt a little bit uncomfortable working on the zone, working in our tools, working in our editor. And so we realized like this is going to be an issue that we need to do something about. We always want to make sure that we're not putting up barriers that are going to stop people from feeling welcome, from feeling like they can join our community. Because really the community and how vibrant and diverse it is at the core of World of Warcraft's strength. And so we did a bunch of research, talked to outside experts on arachnophobia, and explored different options. We tried removing the limbs from spiders, we tried changing their models, we tried changing the number of eyes they had, and so they made some amount of difference. But what we actually found was that the single biggest impact on reducing the triggering reaction was actually just straight up replacing them with crabs. And so we went we had a designer who went through and painstakingly matched every spider model to a similar colored, similar sized crab analog, and just have some procedural tech that swaps the models out if you enable arachnophobia mode or crab mode, as some people call it.
I have no problem with this. As I said when they announced this, I have no problem with it. It's not Blizzard's job to help you deal with your arachnophobia. They want to make money, move past it. I genuinely don't know. I hate spiders. I have what you would refer to as arachnophobia, and I have what you would refer to as bad arachnophobia. But I know that video games are not real, right? So when I see spiders in WoW, they do absolutely nothing to me. Like nothing, because they're not real, right? They're make-believe fucking spiders. So what I would like to know is this really such a big problem? Are there truly people who can't differentiate between a video game and the real world? Now, in saying that, I realize that there are people who think having a quest send you to go kill a bunch of trolls is literally the game telling you to go genocide a bunch of Jamaicans. So I guess that answers the question. Yes, there are people that don't think that WoW is in fact a video game, but is actually real life. So apologies for that. I can't deal with spiders IRL, but have never reacted to them in a video game as well. It seems weird. Yeah, it feels like you're just, like, you don't know the difference between reality and video games. If you tell me that a spider in a video game triggers you, it's like, what? I don't know if you're fit for life at that point. If that triggers you, that might be a problem. And you would tank back in Wrath Nax that would tank that raid with his eyes closed and the spider wing? Come on, but why? There are actually, my cousin couldn't play Skyrim because of the spiders. The fuck kind of, that must be a massive fear. For example, I have debilitating fear of snakes, but it's the way they move that gets to me. So if I see a snake in a game move like a real snake, it still affects me. I guess maybe there are people who just they have vivid imaginations, so they see that and it just triggers like that fear. Brutalis Rocky, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the political part of the live. Fast forwarded spiders, damn. Welcome.
And just want to make sure that everyone can enjoy the experience and be scared of the threat they pose and their villainy in the story, but not the physical thing that's on your screen.
Yeah, I love that. Up until this point, we've been talking a lot about approachability for new players like myself, but accessibility is something that is increasingly important in the industry today. So,
although I should probably not talk because I, for example, cannot play Subnautica. So maybe I fully understand it, just not the spider bit, but I can't play Subnautica. So I have a very real fear of the ocean, and specifically the deep ocean, right? Overnight Joe, how you doing, bro? Welcome. And when I play Subnautica, it freaks me the fuck out. It freaks me out seeing the water around me, especially at night when it's super dark and I can't see shit. And there's maybe things chasing me. It's like my worst fears. So that's why I can't play Subnautica. So I'm assuming that it's similar to that. It's just a different type of fear. Chasing, dude. I have a massive thing against being chased. I fucking cannot stand that. Literally killing mutant intergalactic squid demons. Spiders are nothing. Yeah, but most people aren't afraid of intergalactic squid demons, right? Fear in the ocean isn't irrational. I agree with Akko. Those sharks in Sea of Thieves feels like something swimming at you. True. Have you played the original Slenderman game? No, because I'm not a fucking moron. I don't like scary games. Why would I play a game called Slenderman? What's up with FaZe then? What do you mean, what's up with FaZe? And you hear them left and right chasing you? Oh, Phasmophobia. Yeah, I don't play Phasmophobia either. The only time I've played Phasmophobia was twice on my last editor's birthdays because that was his birthday wish for me to play Phasmophobia with him. And if you remember, I hated every minute of playing Phasmophobia because I don't like being afraid. I don't like having games that scare me. It sucks. I would probably have liked Phasmophobia more if I had a gun that could shoot the fucking ghosts. Well, I don't like the fact that I don't have a gun and all I can do is run away.
So like in my head already, like immediately a few things pop up, which one is that, we saw it a little bit in Grounded. They also had an arachnophobia mode. So shout out to that. I love that, the diversity of your teams have allowed for this kind of thing to come up because 2024, like we are literally, our teams are so big and there's different types of things that people have to consider. And so that's why it's so important to have diversity in your teams. And also I just love that we've just progressed to the point where we can think outside the box on traditional, what we would consider traditional accessibility and start to go to some of these more, tackle some more of these maybe niche kind of accessibility considerations. So I love that.
Yeah, our team is so passionate about it. And we do what we can, and we even experiment. Some members of our team took a character who was deaf in game. That was a choice we'd made because we do the best we can to be representative of our player base and ourselves, in fact. And they created animations for her so she could sign her quest text essentially to the players. So we're always looking for these opportunities to be able to really bring the diversity of our team and of our community at large into the game in a variety of ways, but also serve, if we can make their lives better with something like crab mode, of course, we're going to pursue it. And this is all this conversation with the community and even our own development community about, let's do not just the right thing, but the best thing we can.
Yeah. It's like I always say, like, maybe not everyone's going to take you up on utilizing those options, but for the people who do need it or require it, it means the most to them.
Yeah.
So exactly. It's super important. So love that.
The Welcome to Azeroth bundle is available for a limited time right now. So if you want to jump into Dragonflight into the War Within, please do so. Grab that bundle and remind us when the War Within is going to be available.
Absolutely, we can. August 26th. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it.
And things are kicking off right now. We just started our beta test a few days ago, and there are in-game, on the Live World of Warcraft servers, prologue quest lines that are going to keep ramping up in intensity over the course of the coming weeks until August 26th when War Within kicks off.
big stuff happening.
All right.
so
Holly
fun.
and Ian, thank you so much again for joining the Xbox podcast and making someone like me feel so welcome into the community. And I'm excited to jump in with everyone. So thanks so much. And Bethany, where can people keep up with you and everything going on with WoW?
Oh, please come to our YouTube at Warcraft to see Wowcast and talk about everything WoW, as well as everything. We post all of our socials there. So keep up to date
All right.
on our YouTube and Twitter and everything. And
There
then
you go.
talk to me on the forums. See you on the forums. So
She's the
come say
community
hi.
manager. If you want something in the game, she's the person to go to.
I will read your feedback.
There we go. Thank you so much, Bethany. And that just wraps up everything for today's World of Warcraft episode of the official Xbox podcast.
Okay.
But we've
Yeah,
got lots of other special episodes for you to check out this week. Here's your schedule.
I'm a little annoyed at the fact that some of you said you have to watch this. I think it was a bit earlier in the stream. People were like, dude, did you see the deep dive? I feel like we're playing fast and loose with the word deep dive. I maybe it's just me, but it felt like, I mean, deep dive words mean stuff, you know? And deep dive this was like the shallowest fucking puddle I've ever seen in my life. It wasn't even a puddle. They just dipped their hand in water, not made it a little bucket so they could have water. They just dipped it in and then they threw it at you so you had a bit of splash on you. You're like, oh, thanks, I guess. Because there was no, it was fine, but it was no deep dive. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't deep. I was hoping we'd get some more insights into WoW, you know, but then I understand why they're doing it. It's meant for the Xbox fan base, right? It's not actually meant for us that fucking like little degenerates consume everything there is to know about World of Warcraft when it comes out. This was meant for an audience that had no idea what World of Warcraft was, or if they did, they've never actually played it, never actually watched anything about it. So, yeah, I get it. It's 2024. Words mean what someone says they mean. Hadn't you noticed? Yeah, that is also very true, right? Digit, you asked me a question that I wanted to answer for you. What was it? DJ, was it you? Oh shit, CCS, 43 months part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like someone asked me a question earlier, but I can't seem to find it now. That's right, it was deeper than that. Brian, I appreciate that, although it feels like that could also be a bit of an insult. But, you know, I'll take it. No, I don't think they're trying to tell us something. I think this is just part of the Xbox Showcase. I will say, though, I thought the Xbox Showcase was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. The games announced at the Xbox Showcase made me very happy. Very happy. There are some bangers coming. Literally this year already, there are some bangers coming onto Xbox Game Pass. What's more is that all of these games are launching on Xbox Game Pass. I haven't really commented on Fable, but I did see it. I'm not excited for Fable, so, you know, is what it is. What I like most is the amount of games that's coming to Game Pass. Age of Mythology, the retold Standard Edition, that's coming to Game Pass. Frostpunk 2 coming to Game Pass. Still Wakes the Deep. I probably won't play it, but, you know, it is coming to Game Pass. Like, this shit is going to be nuts. It's the first time in years that a showcase made my wallet cry. Hobo Apple, I'm right there with you. I didn't watch, on purpose, I didn't watch the Xbox Game Pass live. So, we've watched every single one of the game showcases. You know, the ones with Jeff Keighley? We've watched every single one of them. And they are all shit. We sit here for 3 hours, bored out of our minds, and, you know, you see 50 trailers, and of the 50 trailers, there's like 2 good games. The rest are just nonsense games that no one cares about. We've watched so many game show stuff, and it all just turns into 95% of it is just nonsense. I mean, I remember looking at this and I thought to myself, wait, I'm not going to watch this live because I'm going to be bored again. It's just not fun. And then I watched it offline and I was like halfway through. I was like, bro, I should have watched this fucking live. This shit is nuts. Every game they're announcing has me going, I want to play that. I'm going to play that. And that one, yeah, I'm playing that one too. Oh, I'll play this one too, actually. Yeah, and this one. I'm going to do this one too. I walked out of that with, like, my entire life's game sorted. It was fucking nuts. Doom? And the Doom. How many of you saw the Doom trailer? Dude, that shit looks sick. The new Doom looks absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if anything's happening on PS5. Thing is, yeah, we pretty much have streams until 2030. I mean, with the way I play video games, we probably have games until well into 2050, if I live that long. Cape is all I need. It looks great. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Oh, someone asked about Doom. Whether I'll play Doom. I don't know. I've never played Doom. I played Doom back in the olden days, you know, when the Duke Nukem days and shit. I played Doom, but I've never played the new one, so I don't know if it's scary or not scary. Hello, man. Long time no see. What are your expectations for the part story? Alderopus, how you doing, bro? What do you mean the part story? How you doing, by the way? Very happy to have you here, man. Or have you back, rather. Your name is vaguely familiar to me. So, you've definitely been at the stream before. Totally, I watched it from bed, expecting something lame. Doom alone made jump in the bed. I love the last two Doom games, and that was at the start of the showcase. I love Duke Nukem. Are you excited for Anno Pax? Yes. Although, I haven't even really played the latest, the 1800 Anno, but I'm definitely excited for it. There were a couple of city builders that were announced that I actually thought, whoa, this is going to be super cool. Oh, I'm super excited for Gears. I think Gears looks really good as well. Kaiserpunk is a game that I'm really looking forward to. Frostpunk 2 is a game that I'm really looking forward to. There's a bunch of games that I'm really, really excited for. Yeah, I didn't like the Mecha Break game shit. But I'm not a huge Mech Warrior fan, so I couldn't give two shits about that crap. But I get that some people would have liked it. Ugh. Will you make a video? You're my games news guy. How am I supposed to know what is coming? Ferorius, I failed you on that. I promise that I will. In the future, I will make sure to make an announcement video of all the games being announced. I did fail you on that, so I apologize. The first part of the saga, dude, I'm super excited. I mean, just look at my YouTube channel. I am constantly making videos on the story and what could be coming, so I am definitely super excited for it. You want to react to Preach and Yoshi interview? Anti-react, not at this time. It's already 12 o'clock in the evening. Like, this is nighttime stream. I don't really react that much in nighttime stream. This is generally just my hangout stream where I just sort of hang out with you guys and talk mad shit because, you know, I'm bored. I need to say goodnight. I had a long day. See you later. Flinderoinkies, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for popping in and hanging out. Really appreciate you. Dude, I want to play Once Human, so could you stop bringing it up? They refuse to send me an invite. Stop bringing it up. As soon as that game goes live and I can buy it, I will buy it. Guaranteed I will buy it. Because that game looks sick. It's afternoon here and I just woke up from a nap. No, it's 12 here. And I went to the gym. I haven't even eaten yet. So that still needs to happen. it's time to react to Pornhub vids. Can you fucking imagine the outrage on Twitch if I started reacting to Pornhub videos? That would be a whole new React meta. Not gonna lie. Kona, fucking time travelers, since Dawn Tread is coming up. Any plans on getting further into Final Fantasy anytime soon? Ariane, I would not count on that. I would not hold my breath on me getting back into Final Fantasy 14 anytime soon. I have way too many games that I currently have to play. Plus, I have a bunch of games that's been synced to me that I have to play. Not have to, but that I want to give a try at least. So, for example, Super Fantasy Kingdom, that's been synced to me. I received a key from the developers. Blacksmith Masters, another one that I got a key from. And Airborne Empire, I got a key as well. So, I'm probably going to play those. I have so many games that I have to finish still. Rurikon gave me Wayfinder today. It gave me a key for Wayfinder. So, it's like so much shit that I have to play. I left WoW midway BFA, but I love the lore of the game, and lately has been hard to me to keep up with so many theories. Oh yeah, I mean, the War Within story is going to be nuts. Like, if there's ever been a time to get back into WoW, I would venture a guess and say that it's now. Because it feels like the story is going to slap. Afrikaans whips dick out on stream during Pornhub reaction stream on Twitch. Fuck me, man. Hey, that would be one way of getting famous, I suppose. If that is one way, like, everyone knows one of the best ways to get an audience is to, you know, cause a controversy. Like, that's how you become famous. You say something that drives people crazy, and then suddenly you're famous. But I don't know if I want to be famous as the guy that watched porn on stream. That feels a little on the nose. Ferorius, I'm trying. I don't know what else to say. I'm being super honest. I'm being super fucking edgy because I'm just naturally edgy. And for some reason, no one is taking offense. Whenever I say things, people are just like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I'm convinced. I don't know, it's a superpower I have now. Save that for the young idiot streamers. We need to post your stuff on LSF? No. I have no interest in gaining an audience that way. I mean, the streams, I think, has been doing well. But at least it feels like. I don't know how many viewers we have. But based on chat and based on the number of new people following and the new people hanging out and the new people coming to chat, I think the streams have been doing really well. Like, I've been happy. Oh. Fuck my life. Oh. Why am I tired? I haven't read in a while, actually, Grofel. I've been slacking on reading. I've been working way too much. Like, I finish work, like, right now, I'm probably gonna go make food. As soon as I'm done eating, I'm gonna look for videos to make, or if I can't find any videos to make for the Acolyte TV channel, I'll do some research for the main channel, because I need to make a video, or a couple of videos tomorrow for the main channel. I go literally until like half an hour before bed. Then I do Bible study, brush my teeth, get into bed, sleep. I pass out pretty much immediately. Right? As soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm like, fuck. So it's like, yeah, I have not had time to read, but I do want to get back into it. I still have the books waiting. In your opinion, you think it's a good time to return to WoW? This 2 last expansions was not that good. So I don't want to be... Frost, how you doing? Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. I don't want to be... I've burnt my fingers in the past by telling people now's the time to come back, because I've trusted Blizzard way too much. So I don't want to say that. What I will say instead is, based on what we've seen so far, it looks like Blizzard have learned their lesson. It looks like Blizzard at least is moving in the right direction. So I would say, as things stand right now, this is as good a time as any to get back into WoW. because the War Within really does look like it might shape up to be a really good expansion. But I don't want to get overzealous and sort of tell people, hey, get in, this is it. Because I don't know. Unlike in previous years, where I was at least invited to the beta, so I could try it out and I could see if it was actually, like, if there were things that bothered me. I have no idea, right? I've not received beta invites, I've not received alpha invites, so I don't know if the game is good or isn't good. I can only go off what I've heard, and Preach says it's really fun, Balila says it's really fun, so I'm gonna take their word for it, at least for now. Plus, I don't see anything that can make or break the game, which is a nice change of pace. So yeah, I think it's a good time to come back. Appreciate the streams, Akko. Been watching a lot of YouTube vids as well. When I can't catch the streams, you seem to always have a reasonable take. T-Bears, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I mean, I try. I think I do have my very charged takes, especially when I get a little emotional about certain things. Like when stuff really pisses me off, I can sometimes have a take where I go, I should probably have dialed that back about fucking 5 knots. But yeah, I think for the most part, I try to be as reasonable as possible. So I'm glad that shows. Here's a real take on everything except pies. Elodie, I think I have a reasonable take on everything, including pies. A reel somewhere, we will have a story mode. Can you try to explain what you know about this mode? Halder Lopez, no, you're probably talking about the story mode done raids. That's just the last boss, right? So you'll go into it, you'll kill the last boss solo just to see the end of the raid and the story of the raid. But for right now, it's sort of like a nothing burger. Not much going on there yet, but it has some interesting future implications. Aqua Reviews Cream Pies confirmed. Unironically, I can't think of a worse job right now. Spending your day looking into other people's assholes as cum is bubbling out of it. That seems like a terrible fucking job. I don't want to do that. Can I do something else, please? That does not seem like my kind of thing. Back in my day, that was a pastry recipe. No, that was never a pastry recipe, CCS. I think you're lying to me. I think that's a lie. Oh, fuck my life, boys. I'm tired now. Eclairs and that kind of shit, bro. I think I joined the stream at the right moment. Captain Pyro, how you doing, bro? Dude, I feel sorry for people who aren't part of the stream from minute one, because the stuff we talk about in this stream, if you're just randomly joining the stream, you are so lost in most of these conversations. Because we'll also not... It's weird, because this... Conversations on this stream aren't always linear. So we can have a conversation at the beginning of a stream, table that conversation for like a good 2 hours, and then revisit that conversation and pick right back up where we fucking left off. And if you're someone that's joining in the middle, you'd be so lost because you didn't see how it began. Yeah, I feel like that could be terrible as any stream. I won't know if I would say that it's like any stream, because most streamers play video games, you know? I think I'm one of the few streamers out there that rarely, if ever, play video games, and even when I do play video games, I just chat. I don't even often leave the just chatting section, because I'll just have the game on in the background while I chat. Whereas most other streamers that I know at least play games, you know? They don't just chat. Oh, shit! Dude, thank you so much for joining the DJ Nation. Really appreciate you. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on YouTube. Thank you, sir. You're far too kind. first timers, like, what the fuck did I join? Like, I actually had people way back when join the stream and then feel very offended by some of the stuff I said and what we talked about. They were like, bro, your stream is absolute filth. And I was just like, oh, cool. What a time to be alive. What's up anyway? Life of grind, not much, just tired, late at night, you know? Halder, so all of the questions you're asking me, I've done full-blown videos on, and it's very difficult for me, because I want to answer you in detail, but the problem is, like, almost everyone else have heard these explanations a million times before. If you really have questions, please join me tomorrow night on the main channel for the Baron's Chat podcast. That's exclusively World of Warcraft related. That happens at 6 o'clock. I'll be listing that. Actually, I'll do that fucking now. Hold up. I'll do that right now. I'll list it now. I forgot. Groval, take care of yourself, bro. What the fuck? Oh. Where's the typing tool? Hello? Oh, there it is. Never mind. I just saw. Hey man, I'm here from Hungary, cooking fucking pork liver, listening to fucking WoW, and I have never played it. Wish I could hand out some. Pork liver? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very happy that you're here, but I don't want pork liver. Thanks. That doesn't sound good. I'm not opposed to having liver. Chicken livers, for example, really good. But pork just seems like too dirty an animal to eat the liver. Yeah, chicken liver is phenomenal. Like a bit of peri-peri chicken livers. Ooh. Bro. That is beyond good. Tatiana, are these all where? Baron Chat, looking for Mankirk's wife. Please send Tal. I want to order that now. Although I think I'm asleep when these go down. Tatiana, are you talking about the Baron's Chat? Is there Nando's in South Africa? Yes. I think Nando's started in South Africa. Ever make a real lamb poiky? No, I have not. Oh, no. Baron's Chat is on the main channel. So if you go over to the main YouTube channel, that's where Baron's Chat takes place. On the WoW channel, right? So Acolyte TV isn't really WoW focused. If you look at the videos that I upload to Acolyte TV, it's gaming news and social commentary and just commentary, like things that I think about and things that I want to talk about, political stuff most of the time. And I do the live streams on here as well, but it's on the main channel, which is the WoW special WoW channel. It's clean and good. What if, bruv? No, I'm not suggesting that it is actually not good. I'm very picky when it comes to food. I'm very picky when it comes to food. I want to change the fucking picture. Hold up. I have a plan. Can't be real. Yeah, here we go. Wait, what? How do you do this again? Mother of fuck. Says the target layer is not supported. Create a new layer. Select sample all layers and try again. How can it be I don't understand. That's not fucking great, is it? It's not great. See if we can do this better. That's better. All right, now let's get another picture. A better one. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to make stuff. Well, that was not what I wanted to do. Select subject instead. More. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Tell me how you are, man. Looking good with energy and stamina. I can't complain, dude. I'm having the time of my life. Content is finally good in World of Warcraft. I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, that's good. How are you? See, this is what I'm trying to do. Furious. Hold up. Smart object. Sorry, guys. Let me just fix this a little. There we go. I think I'm happy with this. Now, do I give it an outline? I hate doing outlines, actually. But maybe. Let's do a stroke. Why not? What do you think of that? That looks good, no? Forrest, does that look good? Do it, pussy. Why would I want to destroy my own shit? Okay. Now we can export this. Good. Married, and we have a kid already. Holy shit. Congratulations, Halder. Congratulations. How's married life treating you, bro? It's the 14th, right? Yeah. All right, here you go. For those of you that want to already bookmark it, so, you know, you can get a notification for when it goes live. It is a World of Warcraft podcast, so you're more than welcome. I'm also going to be meeting with Rurikon and Sebiwebs tomorrow to start setting up for a brand new podcast that will be happening between me, Rurikon, and Sebiwebs. It will be a weekly podcast. It's going to be more gaming related and just real life stuff and just fun stuff, but more of a laid back kind of thing. But I'll keep you guys apprised of when that happens. We're probably going to start a new channel for the podcast, which is going to be specifically just for that podcast, so keep an eye out for that, but I'll obviously let you guys know. Otiben, how you doing, bro? Did you see the War Within new trailer with captions on? Otiben, why? So a lot of people love referring to the captions because they think the captions mean something. The captions don't mean shit. If I'm a developer and I want to hide certain things from the player base, I can change those captions to say literally whatever I want them to believe until such time that it doesn't need to be that way anymore. I feel like people forget when Ian Azikostas before Battle for Azeroth was asked point blank, is Battle for Azeroth an expansion about old gods? And he said very seriously, looking straight into the camera, no, it is not. It is an expansion about Horde versus Alliance. That was obviously not true, right? So this idea that if you have the captions on and it says Azeroth says the following, that now proves 100% canonically lore that this is Azeroth saying it, to me is like, I can write captions too. You know, I can write Jaina there. It doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it Jaina speaking. But I do get that people are saying that because I understand that the obvious answer is that it is Azeroth speaking. I just don't buy it. I don't think that it's Azeroth speaking. Like your face, bro. He sees the animations and tried to keep up the lore. Nice. Last time I see you, you were thinking about going to another country. How went that? No, I'm still here, you know, just chilling. Dragon Screech. It's from the frame right before it with Alexstrasza. Oh yeah, I thought that Dragon Screech was literally just from the Dragonflight cinematic. Like it was just a carryover from the Dragonflight cinematic. I didn't think it was really lore appropriate. Do you guys think it has something to do with lore? Now, it could be Galakrond, but Galakrond, as far as I know, has already been used, no? I don't think we're going to see more of Galakrond in the next expansion. I don't think we're going to see much of dragons at all in the next expansion. But we can watch it tomorrow again. I'd be happy to watch it tomorrow again during the Baron's chat, Otibane, and then we can discuss it. Sloan, how you doing? It stays during the beat. But remember, it can be a case of, so, when you edit, there's a thing called, I just refer to it as flow over. So sometimes when you're editing two different segments, if you make one stop too abruptly, it actually makes the audience feel very, like you get this uncomfortable feel like, oh, fuck, that's wrong. So what you do is you let the one play into the other one, right? So the one continues a little bit on into the other one, and it creates a much better feel as a result of that, instead of just cutting it bam and then going. I can actually show you what I mean by that. Yeah, so we've done that.
Oh, damn.
Wait, what the fuck just happened? Oh shit, Morny, 38 months, part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind, sir. Let's do let's do this one. What the fuck? I don't want to restart this later. Well, I'll show you what I'm talking about, and then you'll hopefully be able to make a bit more sense of what I'm talking about. How far are we? How far is this thing? This thing downloads so fucking slowly. There we go. It's done. So let's say, for example, I did this, yeah?
In darkness, she slumbers and dreams.
So let's say I wanted to cut that bit, right? So I wanted to cut it right there. And I then wanted to do the following.
Mortal heroes have risen to defend her. Though they've...
And I wanted to say start it over there, right? So I just wanted to hear Furious, but I can show you. So let's say, for example, I wanted to do this, yeah? So listen to what's happening now.
In darkness, she slumbers and dreams.
You feel that, right? You feel that? It's like, it's such a, it's a very uncomfortable, like there's a clear, what the fuck just happened? So the audience gets this uncomfortable feeling of, whoa, something's really missing there. Something's not quite working. So what you could do, in order to make that work a little bit better, is, there's a couple of ways of doing this, but you could do the following, right? So, I bring this one in, like this, for example. I can bring it in even a little bit more, so to there, for example, and then now if I played around with it even more, I could probably do I could probably do a lot more with it. So I could say started here already, have this one silenced a little bit at the beginning, silence this one out a little bit, and now what do we get?
Though they fought amongst themselves.
Right? So yes, the sound continues from the previous frame to the next frame, but it's really just so that you don't end up with this poof, immediate change into something else. Now, is the screech that you're referring to in this cinematic? Where is it?
Faltered. Even upon the very threshold of death. While new hope blooms on the horizon, the final battle draws near.
So, where? Are you talking about this but year? Or is it earlier? Which bit are you referring to? This one?
The final battle. The final battle. New hope blooms on the horizon. The final battle draws near. Now, in the darkness, at the very heart of death.
Yeah, so you're talking about this one.
Of death.
To me, this leads into the next one. I don't see the lore significance. Because you hear the dragon roar, and then you see the start of the Dragonflight cinematic. Now, for this, we'd actually have to go look at the Dragonflight cinematic and hear if there is such a roar at the start of that cinematic. Because it could literally just be that, right? I wouldn't put too much stock into this. I get that you can. There's some interesting theories that you could involve here, but personally, I wouldn't. My speculations haven't really taken me to this as a thing. Yeah, it could literally be everything. It's a good idea. Yeah, you're right. We should check that too. I didn't do it myself. Well, we could quickly see, right?
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. The world is healing. But her fate is yet uncertain. Together, we shall be.
I feel like that's the roar there. That feels like that roar, or similar to that roar. No, we'd have to hold up. Yeah, that literally sounds like the same.
The world is healing.
Yeah, that. I don't know if you've heard that. But there's like a...
The world is healing.
That's the roar. So yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock in it. Because it literally sounds like if you wanted to sort of lead into the next expansion, you start it there, but you push back, right? So you have the A-frame, which is the visual, but then the sound already starts. It's called an owl cut, I think. No. What's it called again? I think it's called an owl cut when you do it that way. So what you do is you have the video starting, the new video starting here, but then the audio starts here, right? So you have the audio starting before the video starts. So I think it's called an owl cut. I can't be mistaken. Because I think a P cut is the opposite, where the audio starts, but the video starts later. P cut, R cut, some shit like that. I don't know the technical terms. I didn't study this shit. Just watch a lot of videos about how to edit. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't draw a connection with that. Let's put it that way. Yeah, for me at least. Right now, there's no significance. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have significance, and also doesn't mean that Blizzard can't go back and add significance to it. Always remember this. The dangers with speculation is that YouTube or Blizzard watches speculation videos. So they could absolutely watch a video from Pyromonster and be like, dude, that's a fucking great idea. Let's do that. And then, sure, me or Pyro goes, see, we were right. Meanwhile, we weren't right. They literally just did what we said. So, it is possible. So, yeah, it sort of depends on a lot of different things. Apocalypse, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Pyro loves going way out. Although I will say, Pyro's newest theories are a lot more grounded. His theories now are a lot, very challenging. Because they do make you think quite a lot. I wouldn't say he used to have a lot of theories that were super way out there. Still plausible, but like stretching the lore quite heavily. But I'll say the new theories doesn't stretch the lore that heavily. Like, almost all of Pyro's theories so far is like, that could fucking happen. That could absolutely be the case. So, it's very interesting. We're going deep recently. Good stuff. The dollar and butterflies, bro. The butterflies are in a circle. A lot of his have also evolved. He'll play Aldvits and point out parts he doesn't believe or says he was wrong about. You see, I don't speculate to be right or wrong. I like to speculate about potential futures. So I'm never wrong because I tend to have multiple theories about the same thing. Like, I can easily make 3 different videos espousing 3 different theories because all 3 could potentially be correct. And if I think about something that I think is cool, I'm going to make a video about that, right? Even if it conflicts with on my own theories, I'm still going to make a video about it. I'm like Alex Jones of World of Warcraft. I'm not right all the time, but that's just because there's not been enough time that's passed yet. You give it enough time, I'm going to be right 100% of the time, 50% of the time. For sure. He doesn't know to point out wrong. He'll tie back to an old vid because he's talking about stuff that ties into it somehow. Because like the void, they're all possible. I genuinely love the void's sort of thinking about the world. There's no truth or non-truth. It's all true. I wouldn't mind being a void. I think I would work as a void lord, actually. I think being a void lord would probably be the best way for me to be. Chen, how you doing? Do you think the Tilda Seal one was an inside job, Acolyte, with crisis actors? Tilda Seal was definitely an inside job. Like 100%. I still don't believe that Sylvanas actually destroyed it. I think it was all just for show. It's like the moon landing. It's fake. The footage you saw of Sylvanas destroying the world tree was AI generated. She didn't actually do that. It's all fake news. You'll see. You'll see. It'll be revealed in time. Like, you just know that. I won't fall for Blizzard's bullshit. They're turning the frogs gay. And I, for one, will not fall for that shit. I don't saw the ice balls. True. And Toronto is a lizard drinking baby blood. I can believe that, actually. Like, that's not even a crackpot theory. Azeroth can't be flat. We are literally getting an X back, proving Azeroth is hollow. Oh, the hollow Earth theory. Just imagine for a second if it actually turns out that the the Void Lord's domain isn't actually somewhere in the Great Beyond. It's inside Azeroth. Potentially playable human Rubians still have that sort of void, chaotic thinking as part of their culture. That would be something. It's on the other side of the fucking carpet. Hollow Earth is like way cooler than Flat Earth. Agreed. Actually, one of the few reasons I like Godzilla and what's the fucker called, man? The one that's always against Godzilla? King Kong. One of the few reasons I like Godzilla and Kong is because of the Hollow Earth. Like, let's be real. The movie's kind of shit. But the lore, kind of amazing. The lore is actually very good. The movies are shit, but the lore is really good. It's sort of the same as Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim, lore, phenomenal. Movie, mid as fuck. I wish it was better, because it's actually banging lore, the Pacific Rim shit. The first Godzilla villain I thought of was Mothra. Oh yeah, but Kong was the greatest one. Yeah, Mothra was the one that healed him, right? Or like helped him, no? Yeah, Ghidorah was the one that almost killed Godzilla. Like the super powerful one. All right, boys. I'm gonna go make some food and chill out. Remember, tomorrow we're not streaming on Twitch. We will be streaming on YouTube tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock. you can hit the remind me button on YouTube, and it'll remind you so that you know when the stream goes live there. It is just going to be a Warlock, World of Warcraft, 2 hours. It is Baron's chat, so it's very much based around questions, answers, discussions about what you guys want to talk about. So, yeah, it's always super fun to do that. Life is short and participation is futile. Holy shit, Apocalypse. That is such a dark fucking way of ending the stream. But all right, we'll go with Apocalypse end of the world fucking shtick, I guess. What time is that yours? So for me, it is 6 o'clock tomorrow. Right now, it's 1:45 for me. So I'm going to go make some food and then chill before bedtime because I have to go to bed soon. Stucka Ducka, how you doing? Well, let's go. Yeah, that's going to happen tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go now, right? Because I'm hungry. And I can't eat while I'm streaming. I don't like people watching me. I don't know why you guys would even suggest watching me. You fucking weirdos. I don't want you to watch me eating, right? So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go eat on my own. And you guys can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Except don't touch your pee-pee. Now's not the time to abuse yourself, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. It has been my absolute pleasure. Danny with the 100 bits. Really appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, you're going to have to donate way more than that for me to eat on stream. But no, I really appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow because you have something else on, that's perfectly fine. Have a lovely weekend. And I'll see you when I see you. As always, be good to each other. Be kind to each other. And I will see all of you in the next one. Peace.